Yes. Right. It's time. Ken, will you just try one more time? Okay, great. We gotcha. Okay. Now that hopefully our technical difficulties are over, we are ready to start the meeting. And I just want to excuse Mike and Lindsay. They are both on vacations, and Ken is present by Zoom. And we will start our meeting with a flag salute. Okay, so we do have a quorum. It's just in a slightly different format than normal. All right, welcome to everyone that is attending both in person and by Zoom. And for the agenda, I would actually like to pull C2, Accounts Payable Warrants 2, and move that to the next meeting. Is there a second for that?
I second that.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that carries 3-0. Okay, so that's just to move it, and then we need it to approve the agenda.
I make a motion that we approve tonight's agenda.
Okay, so I did approve the agenda and move that. Is that what I said, Ken?
It was to move that to the next agenda, but it should have included to approve the agenda with that moving of the subject.
Okay, we'll say that that happened. All right. And then we'll go to public comment. Do we have any public comments tonight on in person or by Zoom? No, no public comments. All right, let us know when we can refresh our screens. Okay. Perfect. Okay, let's now board member discussions. So I do not have anything for the legislative report, but let's talk about the levy workshop potential dates. Sharon, did you have a chance to look at your calendar? The 10th, the 15th, and the 16th for the levy workshop dates.
Okay, I think I sent mine to Marissa already.
The 16th doesn't work for me. Ken, what is your schedule like for those dates?
You got the 10th, 15th, and 16th. The 16th is the only day I can't do that on. That's a Saturday.
It's August.
Oh, okay.
It's a Tuesday.
Let me go with August here. The 10th and the 11th are still the only days I have available.
Okay, mine was the 10th, Jen.
Was available? Okay. Did Mike or Lindsay share dates with you? Marissa or Pete? No. Okay. We'll go with the 10th, but let's just kind of keep that tentative, waiting until Mike and Lindsay return and respond, or maybe if you want to reach out to them, I don't know how much they'll be checking. Then potential dates. So do you have potential dates for the admin and board retreat?
It was into that August window as well. I know that there was an interest last year during the transition. And so it would be a compressed version of that, probably 3 or 4 hours a morning that we would end with a group lunch. Just wanted to see if there was, I guess, primarily if there was interest from the board in conducting that kind of activity again. And if so, we could put together some optional dates for a meeting, probably out at the ORTC.
Sharon, what do you think?
We could do that together, right? Yeah. I had spoken with a couple people at the bus garage, and they are excited for us to do this again. So I'm excited for us to do it.
Ken, what are your thoughts?
I didn't catch all of Pete's conversation.
Yeah, Ken, it was a comment about the admin retreat we held with the board last year. If you remember, it was in August down at ORTC. And I think we spent
Yes.
the entire day sort of learning about each other and working on team dynamics. This one would be a compressed version of that, provide an update on the work and the goals for the year, but just again, another opportunity for linkage between the board and the administrators. And so I know the administrators are interested and prepared to have that interaction. Just want to make sure it works with the board.
I think it would be a great thing to have. It'd be a great way to start off another new year.
Definitely. And I know that there's a few new staff in those positions as well. So definitely, I think that we're all interested. If you could come up with some, and maybe even email us some dates, and then we respond with the best ones so that if we wait for the next meeting, then it's like we almost have to do it right behind after that. So
We'll get some dates to you in the next day.
perfect. And then Wazda's budgeting and bargaining workshop. That was just going over that handbook or workbook that I found and sent to you. Is that right?
Correct.
So I think that we had all expressed interest in that. Again, I think it's just put some dates that works together for the district, and we definitely pick some dates that work and turn that into a couple hours or something.
Yeah, so I just want to make sure on the timing of that activity, as we're through sort of the bargaining season, and certainly the budgeting and planning for this year is well underway. That might push into the school year, if that's okay with where the board's at, based on some of the other activities that we have scheduled for August.
Yes, because there's so much stuff that we just keep packing in there. But one of the things that I thought was really interesting was there was a discussion that I've even had with some other staff is what if the board did breakfast for, I mean, I don't think that we could do all staff all together. There's only 5 of us and 600 of them. Whether we did it at each campus and it was board directed. I loved it when the superintendent and leadership team did that, and we were like invited and just kind of helped out. But this would be, I think it would be beneficial to have the board do that. I know that would be a lot for us to do, because I don't know how we do it without going to each campus. And there's 8, but and I know there's only 3 of us. Ken, what do you think about that idea?
When would this take place?
Once school starts, we could just try and schedule some dates, I guess,
To have breakfast or
that
have
we
the-
provide and make
for-
breakfast for
make
staff
breakfast
at each
for
campus.
Staff at each site.
That was my thought, at least to just talk about and kick around.
It's worth discussing. It's a good ideal.
'Kay.
It's a good way to get connections back again and help, like I said, start off a good positive year.
Yes, Sharon, what do you think?
Yeah,
I know that would be
it's so
a
hard to
big
say right
commitment for
now
us,
without
I
our
know, but-
dates.
Yeah.
Right, but
And it's kind of hard when there's only 3 of us here to
yes,
discuss a date.
right. Maybe we could put that on the next agenda as a discussion, and then even if we just said for a full month, we're doing like Tuesday, Thursday mornings, or we pick 2 mornings that we just every week we plan for a month, we plan on that or something. I don't know. So, okay, I think that is it for board member discussion, unless there's anything else that's not specifically listed. All right, and we have no student reps here. So let's go on to required approvals. I had a couple of questions on accounts payable. N2Y, I had never seen that one before, for $12,000. What is that one for?
It's for on-site professional development. It's a teacher curriculum tool for significantly impaired students, and this was curriculum that we purchased back in 2019, and it's a renewal of the license.
Perfect. And then the last one was Slabjack Geotechnical.
Yeah, that's to improve the infrastructure over at DOHS. It's to raise the floor just a bit. They had a piece of the building that had an issue with the, uneven flooring.
Oh, great. Definitely want to keep that safe.
Yes.
All right. Is there a motion to approve required approvals?
I make a motion that we approve the required approvals.
And I will second it.
Okay. Motion by Sharon, second by Ken. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, 3-0, and that passes. And then we're on to superintendent informational items. Turn over to you, Pete.
Yeah, just a couple items for me this evening. One is the Wazda Student Board Resource Guide, and was a document that Student Rep Elise Garza provided to us several weeks ago. So I've had a chance to look through that document to think about some of the information that's presented there. It really talks about actions that the student reps can take to be effective board members. There's some ideas in there around getting feedback and linking with the different students that they represent at the different schools. Some technical skills about what does it mean when someone makes a motion, when are they allowed to comment, like how board meetings run, the logistics of board meetings. It also describes possible partnership opportunities between student reps and Wazda, developing that idea that as the lead organization for school boards in our state. And I having had a chance to review it, and I think the commitment last time was if there was interest with the district partnering with Elise and Gael and putting together an opportunity for us to have a workshop around it. I thought that was the interest. So based on my assessment of the materials, it would probably be about an hour where we could talk about the key concepts that are presented there. And then I think what we'd walk away with is, here are the things that the school student reps are going to commit to and think about. Here's what the board needs to think about in recruiting of student reps, how they interact with them, how they mentor them. And then the district would outline their commitments as well. So I think it's really an opportunity for, again, those three groups, the students, the board, and the district, to come together around best practices around students representing students on the school board. So we're prepared to put that together, and we could either do it at a board meeting, again, but if we want to give it an hour, it might be the kind of activity we do at 6 p.m. prior to a board meeting here in the next couple of months. And if I get enough head nods tonight, I'll connect with Elise and we'll begin to put together that kind of
I
conversation.
think part of the intent was to also invite Jaden, thank you. And so that we onboarded both Gael and Jaden at the same time, kind of through that process, and then hopefully have Jaden either in person or by Zoom start to attend, and so that when she gets on, there's not such a steep learning curve. It's just kind of, it's more seamless, because we've had seamless ones and we've had really bumpy ones. So do we have a board meeting available for a 6 o'clock time before school starts? Or are they all full?
What's that? Was that Ken that was commenting?
I think that was me
Oh, okay.
Echoing.
Yeah. August 22nd, there's availability. That's right before school starts.
Okay.
But we could certainly make a 6 p.m. work on that day.
Let's tentatively plan that, but definitely put that in the upcoming events for the next couple of meetings, just so we can make sure that, and then send out invites tentatively, knowing that might not. And can you make sure that you invite the students too? The two? All three, I guess. August 25th. Okay.
And the other item is just an informational item about an adjustment to the certificated substitute rate of pay for our teachers. As we do with all positions in the district, it's just a regional analysis about what's happening around us so we can maintain competitive salary schedules for everyone that works for us, and allows us hopefully to recruit qualified subs that we know we need.
Perfect. So has there been any change in the qualifications of, so this is for substitute teachers, not just any substitute, correct?
Correct, just substitute teachers.
And has there been any modifications in the qualifications that we need for substitutes, teachers?
I'm not aware of any recent updates. I could certainly check in with Sandra Villarreal, our Executive Director of HR, if the board's
I know
interested.
that we have a big shortage. Just, I would rather it be publicly said from what I remember, bachelor's degree or an associate's, and then go through a process?
To be an emergency sub, I don't believe that a bachelor's degree is required.
Okay.
But what I can do for the next board meeting is, rather than speaking out of hand and making sure we have it all accurate, I'll include a document in superintendent informational items, not unlike this one, that outlines those requirements. We'll consolidate the OSPI information and make that available.
I think that would be great for because I know we've had shortages, not just in teachers across the district, for all of those different positions, just for anyone in the public to know, to have that refresher, and then maybe the pay as well, because it can't ever hurt. I should have asked that beforehand. All right, any other questions on superintendent information? Okay, all right, upcoming events. So on the 25th, we're meeting at 3 to 6 to do our board self-assessment with Wazda, and then our regular meeting at 7, right, 3 to 6. And then I assume we're having dinner in there. Thank you. Ken, is there any food that you would eat if it was brought? I feel guilty, maybe is not the right word, when we eat in front of you and you don't eat when food is brought.
No, I am good. No, I'm not particular, so.
Okay.
As long as nothing's high in sugar, I don't care what other people have to eat and stuff like that. It's just my personal diet that I watch, and like I say, I hope nobody else feels bad because they're eating a cookie or a chocolate bar in front of me. It don't make me feel bad.
Okay. I just
I'm good with it.
want to make sure you are included.
Yes.
And thought
I
of.
appreciate that.
Okay. All right. Let's go on to board self-assessment. This might even take longer than the meeting.
Oh,
Did I miss something?
no, I
Oh.
don't have an access.
Oh, okay. Summer short meetings are nice.
I'm just thankful for the technology that's been developed in the last couple of years, that situations like tonight, that we could still have a quorum available at our meeting.
Definitely. Yep. It's important to get all of the details in and done, even when it's summer. We like short and sweet. I am not sure if the student reps, what is going on with them, or why they were unable to be here. So, but with the student mentor not present, I don't know the answer to that. So, definitely miss them and not having all of us, but that's the way vacations work over the summer. Any other thoughts on pluses and deltas?
Under Delta, there was an item that we voted on under the consent agenda, and that was on a new hiree. I would just thank Josh Meeks and welcome him to Ophila School District and the high school administration as one of our new assistant superintendents.
So all of those positions are now full and permanent. Yay. That's a definite plus, but not part of our specific meeting things. But yes, kudos to that. Okay. Anything else by the district wants to share anything? That we made all the technical difficulties dealt with before the meeting officially started. Thank you for checking that. That's very beneficial. That's definitely a plus.
Yeah, we certainly appreciate the technical components being taken care of so that we can meet our needs as a school district for our employees. And we certainly understand that summer's a busy time, not only for our staff as they have a bit of a break from the day-to-day, but also for our board members. So appreciate the two of you being here tonight and Director Johnson participating remotely. to allow us to continue to do the work of the district. And we also understand that from time to time, it's nice to have a 20-minute meeting.
Wow.
Yes, definitely. All right, and with that, I will adjourn the meeting. Thank you all for being present.
Have a good night.